Greetings, peace, and power, family. Welcome to another episode of Vocal Dialect Podcast. I am Knowledge Born 7. We have our good brothers, Brother Gerald Moore, as well as the General Tashaka Sankofa of the Street Law Soldiers. Brother Gerald Moore is also part of the Street Law Soldiers as well. We got my partner in crime, Kinwato Akil, in the building. And we also have a special guest, One Star.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, what's going on, brother? Life Star, man.
Evening, man. How y'all brothers feeling tonight?
Pretty good, pretty
Good,
good.
man. Glad to have you
Good,
on the
brother.
show, man.
Good
Glad
peace,
that
young
you
brother.
the alpha man, like I said, when I met you, I met you a couple of months ago. But when you first politicked over the weekend, I didn't know that you was off into what you was out to. So I had viewed your TikTok, your podcast and stuff, and we conversated. Also people out there subscribe to his channel, One Life Podcast, as well. Subscribe to the Vocal Dialect YouTube channel. Man, go ahead tell us a little bit about yourself, brother. Like where you from?
Okay, man. So originally I'm from College Park, Georgia. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Born and raised, man. And just a little bit about myself, man. I got off into talking about, basically trying to help the youth, man. You know what I'm saying? Throughout life, I just seen where I was constantly in and out of jail. Never been to prison or never been convicted of felonies, but just been through the cycle so many times. And I see how it's easy to get caught up in that system. And I decided to just kind of go and educate myself, not only through what they call a crash course, but also through college and stuff like that, to get the education and stuff so that I can help the youth, you know what I'm saying, kind of stay on track and not get, like they say, you know what I'm saying, tricked off the streets in so many words. And that's kind of what led me into doing, like you see me on TikTok and YouTube, working with a lot of cases and reaching out to families and just, you know what I'm saying, trying to understand different types of scenarios and pretty much just that's it, man. I just kind of fell in love with it and just stuck with it, man. Helping families and just kind of reporting on it and bringing awareness.
And what are the like I say, all of us went through your page. What got you into doing like the type of content that you do?
I just I guess just cause that man, like I say, going in and out of jail so much, I just kind of picked up on the thing. Ever since I was in sixth grade, I always had a thing for learning the law. You know what I'm saying? And just tapping in and knowing your rights and stuff like that. Ever since I was in sixth grade, I just had a thing for it. And so one of the times when I ended up sitting in Wright Street and I seen how it had changed. When I got out, I kind of just spoke out on it and then ended up going viral. And it was something I loved doing, so I just stuck with it. I just stuck with it, went and like I say, I'm getting ready to graduate college at the first of the year. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of, like I say, started getting my education and getting the licensing and stuff like that and just sticking with it.
So, what is your major in college?
Criminal justice. Mm-hmm. Yep. Criminal
I mean,
justice.
being as though that's such a broad field, I mean, have you narrowed it down to something generally specific that you're going to be doing?
I want to be a criminal defense attorney.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what I want to do. Yep. And so yep, that's pretty much why. And like I say, I see a lot of families and a lot of people from young on up, they just don't know the system. They don't know how to do the investigations. A lot of the times, man, these cases that we see on TikTok or we see on YouTube, a lot of the time it's the families that come together and get the word out. So, a lot of people don't know how to do that. And so then that's why I went and I got an investigator license as well. But that's why I started getting things like that. When you see these families, you can kind of point them in the right direction because a lot of times, again, if it weren't for these families, a lot of these cases wouldn't even get the time of day.
Being as investigative work is so tedious. I mean, are you able for those unfortunate families to be able to afford you? Because I know a lot of times having a private investigator, it can be somewhat expensive.
I'll be honest with you, man. A lot of the cases that I get on, I can name on one hand how many I've been paid for. You feel me?
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, I do it, man. It's more so like I say, I like doing it, but it's also educating me. You know what I mean? And then it be simple stuff. It'd be like if you just listen, you'd be like, yeah, I seen this before. Boom, boom. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You know. So yeah, I don't really, cause once I get through with law school, then that's a different story.
Right.
But right now,
I got
I just like doing it.
So I remember when you said you want to talk about the case. You know what happened up in Chicago with them kids and the moms jumping on the kids and all of that. So you said you want to elaborate on that a little bit.
Now, at the time when there's so much that happened since then, man. At the time, it was another lady got attacked up in
Yeah, Mary.
matter of fact, you were talking about it. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
so much
Mary.
that happened since then, man. I really thought by now we were gonna see some kind of charges pressed or some criminal things done, which is what I was expecting to talk about. But that's shocking that nobody's been arrested. That is shocking, you know.
Yeah, because
Well,
I
I
thought
think
somebody. Go ahead, not go ahead, not.
I think dealing with family law and family court, they can't be arrested. Um, they could be held to a serious punishment, probably like have the kids do a lot of I don't know, so-called community service, so-called, they can push them to do like, doing things like for reconstructing their mind, like writing down positive things and stuff like that. When you deal with family court and family issues, it's a little bit different from state and federal court. Um, and I also heard you are the criminal defense attorney, huh?
That want to be a criminal defense attorney.
something to
Right,
be.
right. So have you learned any maxims of laws?
Say it again.
Have you learned any maxims of laws?
Maxims.
Yeah,
Uh,
like a maximum law is one I know of is an affidavit must be rebutted point for point.
oh, okay. Nah, I ain't got that far in school.
Okay,
Like I say, yeah, they're probably more like in law school. You know what
right.
I'm saying? But yeah, but I'm good with the law. But now, like, that mean that would make sense that it's got to be what you said, proven.
Affidavit must be um affidavit must be rebutted point for point. If not, it constitutes as law in the court in court or a particular court case or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I fell into too. Learning a little bit about law and structuring affidavits, motions, stuff like that. And you're right. I started helping people, and I wasn't getting a dime for it, but I was passionate about learning, um, commerce and laws of the water. But for me, I would give them the paperwork and let them do their own thing. But if they wanted me to help them as far as like structure the paperwork or kind of get them what to say in court, then I would charge them for my time. I
Mm-mm.
wouldn't I wouldn't be real crazy with the price or whatever. Sometimes I'll say, just give me a donation. They give me like $100, $75, stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. But that law school is pretty tough, man. I remember one time I was helping somebody with a case. I was up all night long going through just still law, trying to find certain codes or certain penal codes for a
Yeah, that
particular
case law
situation.
is very, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I'm with you
very
on
tedious.
that.
Yeah, I checked you out,
Yeah.
man. You a thorough brother, man. I like what you
Hmm.
do. I see you definitely be hitting trending topics and certain things that you're passionate about. That's good. I do want to ask you this, man.
Mhm.
I guess on your podcast you kind of go after the things that kind of touch your heart a little bit. To me, I see a lot of things that touch your heart, and you go straight in on that topic. So is it hard? Is it hard when your things touch your heart to go right in, or do you feel like you take your time with it and try to do a little research on it and see what point of view you're gonna bring or come from?
Good question. What I try to do is I can kind of feel, okay, not to sound crazy, but it's like if I speak on the case, it's pretty much gonna catch some attention, you know. So what I do is I just be non-biased in a lot of situations. I try to speak on things that I don't be emotionally attached to. However,
Mm,
that's why
okay.
now with the way it is on TikTok, you can kind of speak on the case and keep going. As opposed to YouTube, I used to get so caught up and so time invested in it that you become emotionally connected and you feel like you know this person and you talking to the people. And so now it's not as hard because I just look at it like, look, let me break the news, let's talk about it and keep going. Kater Scott was a situation that here lately I kind of fell in that rabbit hole, and I got caught up in that one, and then I was like, dang, it became not emotional but interesting, you know what I mean?
Right. Right.
I try, and that's why I try. That's why I think that I'm good with these cases because I try not to be emotionally attached and stay non-biased throughout the situation.
Right. I see you you do like trending cultural topics. You hit some music, you hit world news, and you also hit entrepreneurship. And on the cultural topics, I know you say you're from College Park, Atlanta. I used to work in College Park. I actually like College Park too. I'm not gonna lie to you. Everybody like College Park hood. I like College Park a lot. It's a lot of
Me-
there's a lot of culture there. It's a lot
Yeah.
of artists that come out of College Park. A lot of rap artists. It's a lot of rap culture there too that has also infiltrated the hip hop world. So in your experience in for us cultural topics and cultural events, what's one of the topics that actually inspires you to be who you are as far as being outgoing and outspoken?
Just man, I think they go back to the barbering. Cause ever
Okay.
since I've been cutting hair since I was 17, 18, in College Park. Um, and I kind of just, grew up a part of the community, you know what I mean? And everybody just know everybody, you know what I mean? And I'm still
Yeah.
cutting hair at the same place I was 20 years ago. I ain't do it
Mm.
20 consecutive years, but I've always been in the community, whether I was there or across the street at the Walmart. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of,
Mm-hmm.
it's like barbers, we kind of like, we the community, you feel me?
Yeah.
So
The
Mm-hmm.
barbershop talk.
I'm
Yeah.
always chopping it up and kicking it. You feel me? I be out there wide open from 9 in the morning to 6 in the afternoon. You know what I mean? And so, and then when you start seeing things like the music come through, I'm from Shady Park, so when I see these boys like gunning them doing their thing, and you know what I'm saying, and making it good music, I'm like, dang, I remember when they were little bitty boy running around trying to do this, and now you to see you doing it regardless of anything else, you know what I'm saying? It's always good to see a brother doing something that he love doing, happy and out the way, you know what I mean? So I just look at it like that, really.
Okay. 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 Um. Not dealing with the world news stuff like that. How you feel about 2025 so far, man? 2025 almost over. How you feel about 2025? Give me your honest opinion. Be unbiased.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm glad I've been so focused on school that I'm glad it's over with. You feel me? I've been, man, listen, this year went by so fast, you feel me?
Right.
That I'm like, man, I'm right here at the end. I'm finna goddamn finish school. This was what I wanted. So I ain't really, you know, the stories and stuff about the news and stuff, that's just what I like to do because it keep my mind focused. It keep me on point with school. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I be so focused on dropping the content that I don't get behind, but I be putting it to the last minute. But
Right.
in my mind, I know I'm looking at these cases and it's like, shoot, Star, you right here at the end now. Go on and knock your work out and come on back. So they work hand to hand, you know what I'm saying? They motivate me. I'm glad that it's at the end. I know I'm finna graduate. I try this again in 2026.
So how many years have you been in school?
This would be three.
Oh,
This would
okay.
be three. But it's a 3-year program. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? They
okay.
got this thing. I forgot how you say it, but it's three to get your bachelor's to go into law school, and then you can go to Georgia State for 3 years and get your law degree. But you
Okay.
gotta have like I got a 3 point. I think I got 3.1. You gotta have a certain grade point average for it to
Right,
work though.
right,
I
right.
think I'm at a 3.1. But
Okay.
That's
yep,
good.
yep. Put the pedal to the metal, man.
Congratulations.
And the time just fly by when you get up, because actually that's what really got me going to school when I blew up on YouTube talking about these cases. It was people, I ain't gonna hold you. I was talking to people from like the Department of Justice and stuff. Like people from the real feds was like, you should get a degree, you know what I'm saying? They're like, you should get the investigator license, you should really do something good at what you do. You feel me? Because when I first went viral, I had got out of Wright Street. I was talking about what was going on. And I got on this Shanquilla Robinson case. Y'all remember that case with the girl over in Mexico?
Yeah, yeah.
That was the first case. That was the case I went viral on. And I did a really good job with that case. And that really what showed me that I could really, you know what I'm saying, do some things, and people pull them to the side and point them in the right direction. And it went from there.
Now what case was that you said in Mexico?
Shanquilla Robinson.
Go ahead, tell me. Go ahead, tell me.
She had got jumped on over there.
Yeah, the girl that got killed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Remember they came back here and said they didn't know what happened.
And they got prosecuted later, right? Exactly. All of them did, right?
Yeah, right.
Now they never been prosecuted.
They haven't?
No.
I thought they was in court.
They tried the parents, the mama tried to sue them. The feds, they tried to sue them and the feds. The feds said no. Now they did say that they had a warrant or something like that for the girl Dejanay Jackson. They said they had a warrant for her, but they ain't gonna extradite no American back over there. We at war right now. That's what I was talking about earlier. We ain't finna send nobody over there.
Instigated it. Am I correct? Ain't she the one that instigated it?
Yeah, that's the one who she had the altercation with on the video. Right. Yeah. Yep. So that was
I see your popular video. It said Tyrese Nichols officer. What? Tell us a little bit about that.
I was just thinking about that too. When that video went viral. At that time I was probably, I ain't gonna lie, the case came about some kind of way. I really can't remember, man. And then when I spoke on it, it went viral right then. And they was like, "Start this another one that's finna go viral." We was trying to get off the Shanquilla case, really, because we hadn't talked about it for probably, this happened like a year later, I think. I think Tyree Nichols was like the following year. I hadn't had a baby and everything. They still want to talk about Shanquilla. I was like, well, look, it's a dude. And then I started getting information on Tyree Nichols about how he had just moved from California. And then a buddy of mine, I told you I had met the folks working with the Department of Justice, sent me a video that came from a light post, and it started showing where they was taking pictures of him. You feel me? And when I put that out, that was pretty much what it was. That took over, and people was like, dang, he is taking pictures. And then it went from him taking pictures to him sending them to the girlfriend. That story went out kind of ways, man. But I think in the end, didn't a couple of guys beat it, didn't it?
I think maybe one beat it. I don't know if two beat it. I heard one beat it or whatever. I'm not too for sure.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was like a few of them took the plea deals, and I thought the rest of them had beat it or something. But yeah,
they beat the state. They beat the state, but they didn't beat the federal cases yet. Federal cases.
Okay.
Beat the state. Okay. I heard one beat it. Okay, beat the state, not the federal cases. Now I see your next banger was Zaire Harris.
Nazaire Harris.
Zaya, okay. Nazaire, yeah. I don't know why it's
now. That's a case that's still going on. I don't talk about it as much because, see, I ain't gonna hold you. People on YouTube would take a case and hurt the family. You feel me? They don't really want justice. They would take your case and run it through the mud. That's why I'm more so on the other platform. You see what I'm saying? Fast pace, get to the point, get in, get your view, get your money, you're gone. You feel me? This is what I think, this is what I see. Whatever y'all want to say it in the comments. Bye. YouTube, you feel me? Right. YouTube is gonna take, and they gonna become investigators. They gonna implicate people in the crime when you gonna wake up one morning, you're gonna be all over the internet with no justice and a GoFundMe. And you feel me? Yeah. And with Nazaire Harris, I spoke on Nazaire. I talk to Nazaire auntie all the time, Kiwana. I talk to a lot of people in the case. But out of respect for Kiwana, I really, like I could tell Kiwana all the time, like, shout out, that ain't the case I talk about. When Naziah went missing in January of 2024, I we found out about it in March.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this because I had just gotten out of jail again, and I needed a story. And I ain't need one, but wasn't nobody trying to hear the right street stuff at the time.
Right.
So I spoke about Naziah. I had heard about her story. I spoke on it. Gonna get to the point. I said, man, wasn't nobody picking up on it. Left it alone, but I still kind of just listened in the background for the information. Boom, boom. The following year, when it hit the internet, they was out there looking for Naziah and everything. They had the preliminary hearing and everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking before they got search team, this, boo, boo.
Yeah.
And I thought about it for a second. I said, y'all folk crazy. You talking about a year later, you want to go out here and throw a search party. Now, this is a year later.
Yeah.
And I'm
And-
listening to the evidence. I done heard the pre-trial, the preliminary hearing, to where y'all stories don't match. So I said then, I don't want nothing to do with this. Because families lie. They lie.
Yeah. Now, then, if you wait a year, what you gonna find after a year?
Now, mind you, they went out there and said,
So we are familiar with the show 48 Hours. What's the purpose of 48 Hours? After
come on.
48 hours, after 48 hours, most times it become a cold case.
It's a cold case.
Yeah.
And then
Cold
and mind
case.
you, they said they found a shoe, right? I said, a shoe? I said, mind you, now, this a year later. It's freezing cold. It's water. It's swamps. It's raining. And you found this shoe a year later? Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Yeah.
I knew that. I said, y'all running the GoFundMe play. You feel me?
Yeah. A lot of families do. They run the play. I guess it is what it is. You know, our brother Shaka, General Shaka Sankofa, he speaks about a lot of that too, man. You know, some of these families be running the play too, man. Run the GoFundMe, man, and it is.
Man.
And then they just see what makes GoFund, what makes them get the money from GoFund is the constant news. So if somebody come and dispute it, be like, are they fraud and they this and that? All they got to do is be like, okay, this YouTube, okay, this TikTok, okay, this Instagram. Here go the news clippings. Once they give them that evidence, GoFund has to release the money to them. So the constant public traffic allows people who has a serious situation going on, and then it hit social media, it hit the news. They set up the GoFundMe, everybody on that crying with the puppy dog, tears and eyes and everything, and they end up getting the money, man. But sometimes people do that. I'm not gonna tell you no story.
Man, I had families tell me that, man, Star, I break you off when we get to GoFundMe. I said, oh, hey, I said, how much you gonna get? Now, this one lady, she tried to give me some money now, that case, and I told her, she ain't like me. She ain't like me. But she was trying to pay me so I wouldn't tell the truth. You feel me?
Right.
Zakira Kemp. Her name was Zakira Kemp. I took a lot of her video down, but they were lying, and she was like, Star, I think she said, look, I can't remember how much she said she was gonna give me, but she had about 4,500 on the not the Cash App, on the what do you call it? On the GoFundMe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she had about 4,500 on there.
Yeah.
She made me mad one night. I said it online. I said, you tried to pay me. She said, no, I didn't. I said, I'm sure it. And she was like, you said like I shouldn't have did that. That's why I stopped messing with that YouTube like that, man. That YouTube had you acting all right.
Me. Well, we know that us and the fellas on here, we know YouTube a little bit different, man. Like you could do stuff on Instagram and TikTok or even Facebook. They won't say nothing. YouTube, community, health, law. They hit you with all kind of goddamn excuses, man.
The YouTube didn't do me like that. I used to, man, until one day I went too far. That's when YouTube was like, look, because they used to hit me up, be like, look, you good? I ain't really get in trouble on YouTube. And I used to be on up with I'm talking about tripping. Cause, you know, they try to dox you with stuff on there. You feel me? They find out you got a little record, you know what I'm saying? You like, nah, it's weird. But that's when I was blowing up on YouTube. It when you could get through there with some things. Now, I don't really be on there too much, but in the platform I go on now, I try to conduct myself a certain way, you know what I'm saying? Get the message across and then have my fun on live or something like that.
Right,
Cause I can just kind of grew, you know what I'm saying?
right. I got a question. I got another question for you. I got a lot of questions for you. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'll check you out. What's your thoughts on Tasha K, man? How you feel
I don't
about
like
Tasha?
Tasha K. Nah, cause Tasha K lied to me. She knows she lied to me. Tasha K called me and wanted me to come down there and do an interview with her. But I wasn't finna come down there. See, I don't talk, if you notice, I don't talk too much about Atlanta shit and
Yeah.
stuff. You feel me?
She
I don't
right,
get it before business,
yeah,
y'all.
she right here
Hey,
in
hey,
Atlanta.
hey, my
She
boy.
right here
Hey,
in Atlanta.
I'm talking about Philadelphia. You feel me?
yeah,
Yeah. Hey, he ready to eat these nigga beat in College Park. You feel me?
yeah.
No, I'm smooth.
I I been like I said, I checked you thorough. I checked y'all thorough, man. I saw the Tasha K joint, man. I said I gotta ask about Tasha K.
Oh, you saw it? Oh, I forgot all about that. Yeah, she lied, wanted me to come on up, man. Yeah, man. And I forgot how it played out, but I ain't go. Oh, nah, I
Right.
wasn't finna go out there talking about that little man. I wasn't going out there talking about that.
But hey, ain't Tasha K right here in Atlanta?
Nah,
Yeah,
she wanted me to meet her in Florida.
Florida, yeah.
Yeah.
No, she had people meet in Florida. I think Tasha K is she in Boston or something? No.
She
Nah,
be in
nah.
Florida at like I forgot Texas. I don't know. I
I
don't
don't
like.
know. I know my boy Mo B, he say she do be moving around, but I think since somebody dropped her private address, she real I mean somebody dropped her address publicly, she real private now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cause
she
they adopt you and do that SWAT stuff.
mm.
They just be
You talking about like skip tracing information and stuff?
like they'll go find your information and put
Mm.
it out on the internet, get your record and all that stuff. I mean, I don't
Mm.
care nothing about my record, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never been to
Right.
prison, but you know, them folk be having little weird charges, you feel me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, you know
Yeah.
what? I enjoyed your Gabby case on the young lady Gabby.
Yeah, thank
Spoke
you.
to-
You
Yeah,
talking
I just wanted you to touch on it because I know you said earlier that you don't get emotional, and I know at one juncture of the contents where you said about them going to the police, and you said, "Nah, we don't go to the police." That's one thing we taught not to do. And I
right.
think that and you said that if it's talking about family or something happened to a family member, yeah, we say we ain't still ain't going to the police. We gonna handle it the way we handled it.
Right, yeah. Uh basically with that situation, man, I was trying to Gabby, not Gabby, you talking about D. D was talking about Gabby.
Oh, okay.
I talked to
Okay.
both of them. I talked to both of them. If you talking about Gabby on the video, or you talking about the phone recording?
On the video, I think young lady came up missing and
Okay,
she
yeah.
was
Now
found dead.
Gabby was on the screen. When you talking about when I was talking talking to Shouty, that was when I was talking to D. And
Mm-hmm.
D is the one that was trying to get Gabby to go and tell the police. And so
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to explain to D that you were wrong for that because you know what's going on in y'all city.
Right.
Gabby is lucky enough to have made it out the city of Philadelphia, where
Mm-hmm.
y'all coming up missing, unalive, and you want her to go back to the trenches and tell the
Right.
police?
Right.
You know better than that.
You said she
Now,
was going to school in Maryland, right?
yeah,
She went to
she going to
Maryland.
school in Maryland. You want her to come
Right.
from Maryland to go to the police station. Like, you feel me? That's not even
Mm-hmm.
her family. You feel me? That's not even her
Mm-hmm.
friend. So she, even if so, you like, man, I'm not finna talk to the police. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and some people do got that right. D, you got that right to
Right.
go to the police. We're not
Mm-hmm.
Right.
telling you not to go to the police. We just saying
Mm-hmm.
don't be mad because she don't want to go. You
Right.
feel me?
Right.
That's
Right.
it. So, but yeah, that was, and again, when you talk to these people behind the scene as opposed to behind the scene, I might say some stuff that I ain't gonna go on camera and say. You feel me?
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
So
Mm-hmm.
I still keep it real, but I say it to them, but I ain't gonna go. A lot of people got messed up behind that Katie Scott case because they were going up there lying or trying to come up with narratives and stuff like that. And you had the one girl who and they just doxed her, sent the police to her house like last night. Early, I got video this morning, but stuff like that because you get people that don't rock with what you're doing because you're trying to embarrass the family. And
Mm-hmm.
she had talked to the boyfriend or whatever and put the conversation out. But see, the way she put it out, like you trying to exploit these folks and make them look bad. I wanted
Mm.
these young ladies to really hear each other out. You feel me? Y'all ain't got to fall out about no police situation. It's just because, like I told D, if it was you, Shaw probably would have went to the police and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I mean? You very selective for who you go to the police for. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to the
Mm-hmm.
police. It's
Right.
content creators that come up here and think they solved the case and will go to the police. I've seen it. That what happened with Nazaya Harris. They just called the feds on them folks. I said, "Shout out, this man called." And they still trying to convince me to talk about the case, bring witness. I said, "Man, the man gets sent out to the feds. He's up here right now on the phone with the FBI. Okay, go to his channel. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, please. But
Yeah,
again,
you said something about the Philadelphia police. You said they crooked anyway.
I yo, everybody know Philadelphia police crazy. Oh, the majority of your police like that at APD, Philadelphia, Chicago, put them in New York. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Y'all already know who that is. Why you
Mm-hmm.
think I'm trying to get my law degree? Oh, let me get in there too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I done heard. I mean, I done heard a lot of stories about them. Believe me, from some of the people
Who is
that's
that,
in the
Gerald?
justice system, about how the police that you find that the police they really like gangs for real. You know,
They
they
just
just
gang
like
for
the gang.
badges.
Exactly. You know,
You get what?
they
You can't lock them up.
you know what? I don't want to be too critical of them because you know some of them are good and some of them are
Yo,
bad. You understand? That's in every profession if you really want to look at that way. But they
absolutely.
say when it comes to the police, they break the law to create law.
Yep.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yep.
So I mean, if
And
you
see that
understand that concept,
you have OCGA, the official code of Georgia. That's a penal code. So
hmm
for them to be like, you broke a code. In order to break a code, you have to have an action behind it. So in order to have an action behind it, they have to do a so-called process and procedure, a so-called investigation. An investigation is fact finding, and most of the time, when you fact finding and as a police officer, they're trying to find fault. They're trying to figure out what code have you broken, so they can either lock you up, write you a ticket, etc., etc. That's the whole thing of that matter. But most police are held by a bond. I forgot the name of the bond, but
hmm
if you find out that bond, then you could put a lien on them. Once you put a lien on them, they definitely will have to get another job in another county or something like that. They would probably have to go from Fulton County to Cobb. They can probably never work in Fulton County again. There's ways to get rid of authorities who are held by bond. Everybody in the world is held by a bond, man. Everybody.
hmm
This is commerce, bid bond, tort bond,
Yeah, we took.
performance
Yeah,
bond, surety bond. There are
yeah,
so
we
many. The
talked
only
about
thing
that.
the only thing the United States is in the business of is people. The
hmm
people make money for the United States of America, so you hold them with public and private bonds, and most of the bonds that they are held by are private bonds. You
Right.
know, I remember one time I asked the judge, "What's your name filed at the Secretary of State?" Because she held by a bond.
Dang. Right. Right.
hmm
I see where you're going with it. I see where
Hey,
you.
I want to know how did you get on that show Pop the Balloon?
Man, I got a how did I get on this show? The girl I was messing with, she had went on there. That's what put it in my head. And then, matter of fact, she had went on the show, and then the dude was just looking for people. So I just filled out to go in there. My homegirl, who my PR, she was like, she knew some people, god dang, that be doing the casting. And so this was back in probably like May or June. We were supposed to film it. and it never got filmed. And then, like about a month ago, he hit me and said that they wanted to go ahead and film it. And so that's how I ended up on there.
Cool.
But they seen my platform though. You know what I'm saying? So, like, cause I already be doing little normal. Then I be going little TikTok parties. You know what I'm saying? I be networking. Then I cut a lot of forward hair. You know what I'm saying? I get really be networking, talking my mess, man.
Yeah.
And not getting caught up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not getting caught up. I was on that show. That was good. Like telling them folk Trump them were watching me. Not in a bad way. I don't know. It was good, really.
What
You
show
know,
was that?
huh?
What show was that?
I was on Judge Joe Brown and Dana. Her name is Dana. I think the real Dana.
Oh,
And
the real
Judge
daddy, yeah.
Yeah, Daniel,
Judge
they,
Joe
yeah.
Brown,
on,
yeah.
on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I was on there talking about their Fulton County stuff, and I didn't know what they was talking about at first, but that's when Trump them got locked up for that stuff. Whatever they when Fannie Willie got.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I had
Yeah.
got locked up too, and the dude, you know, Trump and all them got out except the black dude, William Floyd or Harrison Floyd, the black dude and the black lady. So they made him stay in there for 90 days. You feel me? So when I got out and I was down at the Congress, what you call it, the Congress office, the Congress, whatever we call it, with Misha Magner and them. So to go and get to the point, I'm dibbling dabbling with the little politics and everything
With
like that.
Mitchell Manor?
Misha Magner,
Yeah, I know her.
you do, light skin with freckles.
Yeah, I personally know her, yeah.
Yeah. I was down there with her, and that when she was going through this. So you know Coral Munson.
Nah.
You know Coral Munson, that was the one who she was accusing of doing all that woo.
Oh, yeah.
He was running against her for District 56. Then she got in there and switched over to Republican on that. You know, Misha.
When I used to talk to him, conjugate with her, she was a Democrat. Then she switched over to the Republican side. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, she did that. But you know, so I was down there with her and I went on the show and we basically talking about little stuff and William Floyd, he kept telling me, William want to talk to you, William want to talk to you. So I ain't never know who he was talking about. And so Judge Mathis, not Judge Mathis, what's his name? One we talking about McAfee.
Judge Brown.
Yeah, we own Judge Joe Brown, but Judge McAfee ended up coming on there. He ended up coming on there. He was my attorney for trial. I was going to trial, and he was my attorney. And he came on there, he was talking, and so they pulled me to the side and was like, look, you need to call William Floyd or whoever. And that's when they explained to me who he was and stuff, you know. And he basically saying he had went through the same stuff, you know, how he had to sit in Wright Street for them 90 days and how I was messed up and you know what I'm saying? Basically had the same type of story, you know what I'm saying? But so yeah, but that was interesting. See, that kind of took me down that Fulton County rabbit hole because they had them on the investigation. You feel me? And so I just kind of, like I say, even in there, they got a whole floor, 17-year-olds. Whole floor.
A whole floor?
Of 17-year-olds.
Like 40 cells?
Yeah, they're probably more than that because it's two sides.
Two sides, so it's like what, 70 cells, 80, something like that?
Right, yeah, something like that. Probably more than that here. Because you got, man, it's a lot of them niggas, man.
For real?
Yes. 17.
You know what, man? Hey, man, it's a lady called me, man. Her name is she a black chick. She be doing stuff here in the city. I think her name Daniela or something like that, man. And she was telling me like how Fulton County, like Cobb County, you know, they'll lock the youth up and let them go.
Yeah.
On like 6. No, I mean not Fulton County, Cobb County.
Yeah,
lock them up and let them go on signature bonds and stuff like that. Or if they underage, you know, grandmama signed for them, they gonna let them go or whatever. So or they have to, if it's real severe, they have to get a bail bonds. But she was telling me, man, like Fulton County be holding them, man, and the parents will go down there and be like, "What's up with such and such, such and such?" They be like, they not here, and the whole time they there.
Yeah.
There are so many cases that's hidden where a youth to be down at 6 months to a year, and the people don't know and then but then sometimes they'll call some kind of way they'll call they they loved ones be like, yo, man, I'm still in jail, I'm still in Fulton like that. And I remember one time, this was during the time where somebody had broke a window in Fulton County Jail, and they was holding some out the window like something white to signify help or SOS or some crazy stuff going on. But man, that's crazy, man. A whole floor of 17 year
Man,
olds, man.
17. I think they like on
Mm.
the second floor. I think they on the second floor. I had to go on the one time 'cause I be cutting hand up. And man, y'all, they got a whole floor of them niggas 17. They all in there bad as hell. Bad as hell. But you like, oh shit. But but yeah. But see that's what's going on in there though. They locking them up at 17, right? Fannie Willis came in office, and that's what we was talking about on the show. When Fannie Willis came in there, right around that time, COVID hit. So off the muscle, she started that 90-day rule. You feel me? You
Mm-hmm.
come in there, you ain't going back to court for 90 days. You feel me? That's clear. If you got a felony charge, stuff like that, you know. So now you come in there, boom, your bond denied. You in here 90 days. You in here 3 months off the muscle, right? But part of that law is if you're not indicted in within them 90 days, you go back to court, you got to get a bond. Now they fuck around and indict you in them 90 days, you ain't got to get no bond. Even
Yeah.
if they give you a bond, they might give you a bond 200,000. You know this man can't make no $200,000 bond. Yeah, you can go to the
Nah.
bonding company, but you need 20% of that. Bonding company gonna still hit you for about a 30. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
25, 30,000. Who got that?
Yeah. Your house, your grandmama house or
If your
somebody like
grandmama
that.
got a house, if she alive, grandmama stay in Summerhill. You feel me? She ain't got no damn house for you. Not everybody grandmama. You see what I'm saying? Some,
Right.
yeah.
Mhm. Right.
Yeah. That's crazy. Woo.
So, but now get what? The whole time you got a public defender who got to represent all y'all, even your co-defendants. So now, you feel me? You ain't getting in the courtroom. You been in jail before you turn around 6 months. You know what I mean? You like, well, shoot, go on to give me the time or go ahead and, you feel me? Let me get this rolling. What you gonna give me?
Yeah.
Now, you feel, even if you get out on papers, you coming back in less than a year because you still ain't got no guidance. And I'm just talking about for anybody that really going in and out,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. You don't have no mental structural discipline.
You ain't got none. They trying to
Yeah.
send a boy to prison, man. But
Yeah.
see,
That's
Keisha
you know,
Bop,
our brother Tashaka Sankofa, he got a degree in psychology, man, and he deal with the youth too. And me
okay.
me and Ken Wato did mentorship. Um I kind of backed off from mentorship. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was just a little bit too much, man. I had to sign a paper saying I wouldn't say anything about certain youth because the lady who was running the mentorship program, it was her building and all that. She in Georgia too. She was saying like if I say someone call the police, so you have to do like a quiet small investigation because let's say somebody come to the youth center and it'd be like, okay, my daddy messing with me or my uncle or somebody like that. She was saying, if you call the police, they police are still gonna let that kid go back home with that parent. Because at this particular point in time, you don't have no evidence, but this kid is saying such and such is happening. So it's like hearsay, it's like he say, she say. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna just take the kid and be like, okay, you going to, I guess, juvenile or foster care or whatever like that or whatever. But yeah, the mentor thing, it's cool. It might be better now, but when I was doing it, when I first got down here to Georgia, man, it was crazy, man. I just backed away from it. It had too many horror stories. And where I come from, I'm from East St. Louis, Illinois. My people from Southside Chicago, stuff like that, man. You get your hands put on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I kind of just backed up from that, man.
I used to be out there in goddamn Joliet.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he told me. Yeah, I used to live out there in Joliet. I
Yeah.
lived out there for a couple of years.
Yeah,
I'm from
yeah,
the
man.
south side of Chicago, but
Yeah.
Joliet cool,
I,
man. Joliet cool.
they have some
yeah.
wild parties in Joliet, man. Oof.
Man. I get, man, yeah. I woke up in Joliet. I,
Oof.
and then after I woke up in Joliet, I woke up on a train.
Yeah.
Train had me way out somewhere. I said, I thought I was at the mall. I ended up at the courthouse. Oh no, man. Then they would charge me at every stop on the train. I was like, Lord, man, get me up out of here. But yeah, I like Chicago smooth though.
Joliet, slow them suburbs, man. They got their little wild little section, but
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
they ain't
You
nothing
been
like
watching that
Chicago.
you been watching that case with Casino.
With who?
With
Casino.
Casino. With Future Brother Casino.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Tell us a little bit about that
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man,
Tell
bro,
us a little bit about that,
that's
bro.
a hot story, bro.
Yeah,
If
give
Yeah.
people
give us
if
the update on that. You got caught out here in Clayton County. Out there in Clayton
Yeah.
County.
man, they caught bro out there in Far Paul, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Now look, the world was looking at it like, oh, Casino just got caught with 21 of them things. You feel me? Boom. So they come out and do the press conference. Now, mind you, I ain't hop on the case for like a day or two because I was talking about the lady out of Chicago. So something hit me. I go to listen to the FBI. They go to breaking it down. So now I'm like, wait a minute. I'm listening to them. They say he got caught with 21 of them things that was worth almost $500,000, right?
right.
Then he say they caught him with $380,000 there. Now I had knew this, but I ain't say this when I first spoke on it. But they found because I didn't know how they broke it down. So let's say $380,000. So I'm like, okay, so y'all found the work that was close to 500,000. Then you found close to 500,000 in cash. So you got the work and you got the money to clearly purchase the work. So somebody got to be selling, somebody got to be buying. So then I'm listening and they say, um, Alvarado, whatever Diaz, was caught alongside Vice. So now when I hear the name D, I said, so that's amazing. I said, so the plug was there too? This is a setup. Okay. This is clearly a setup.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
say, now in my mind, I'm like, who told on who? I'm like, Casino. I know Casino ain't just up and told. Then I'm like, the Migo, I said, them folks ain't telling. So I started doing my research. Now we all know what's going on with Donald Trump and Migo about their crisis.
Right,
So,
right.
so now I'm listening to the FBI talk about this Operation Take Back America. Now I remember them talking about Operation Take Back America. So now I go looking at Operation Take Back America, which is designed to take these folks down. You feel
Yeah.
me? That's their
Re-
only purpose is
yep.
to,
Rico. Rico.
that's it.
Rico. Rico. Rico.
That's
Rico.
it.
Rico. Yeah.
So now I'm looking at the cases, right? Been getting locked up every day. It was just his day. He don't get locked up every day. So now I'm looking at the cases and I'm like, dang, if you look at the cases, he got caught with the least amount of work. And I'm thinking about it. If you get 21 of them things, who is you possibly serving? You feel me?
Right, right.
That ain't that many because niggas normally getting, I'm gonna land my plane. But dudes normally getting at least 1,000, a truckload, 100, you feel me? 20? And then like I threw you one, get Kyle Rock with you, you feel me? 21? Man, please, you feel me? Finna go use that. You know what I'm saying? So look, now I'm looking at the situation. I'm like, you got caught with 21 of these things. Boom. The same day he go to federal court, they have a press conference with the FBI. What's his name? Cash Patel,
Yeah.
and the
Mm-hmm.
lady,
That's
Pam
correct.
Bundy, head of the, okay, they had a press conference. And it remind me when they say, y'all know Ryan Wedding?
Mm.
Ryan Wedding was the snowboarder that was in the Olympic. Been on the run. Ryan
Right.
Wedding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, Ryan Wedding was the big dog out of Canada. So
Right.
my whole point is this operation was started to catch him. He built on the folks. They just upped the reward money on him the same day they locked Casino up to 15 million.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
You feel? Off of 5 million, he went and got the folks dropped that's supposed to been the federal informant on him. Caught them in Colombia, dropped them. Man, they been going dumb. The United States is at war with Mexico. Ain't no
Yeah.
way around it. And they
Yeah.
taking the United States, if anybody that's messing with that stuff, you going to jail. I ain't never seen these folks like this. I'm talking about they blowing up boats. Venezuela boat, blow it up. You feel me? Borderline, pop it up. You feel me? Underground, they all in the underground tunnel. Shut them down. You feel me? Ooh, it's over with.
There's no drugs
That's
in Venezuela.
what you say, Shaka?
The drugs are not coming from Venezuela. That's how they throwing people off. They just see
Right.
No,
it.
I'm talking about that boat.
Yeah,
They
no,
got
it was 21 boats. It was 21 boats that they blew up. But what they did, Venezuela is not in agreement on certain treaties with the U.S. because the U.S.
that's
want to
right.
occupy Venezuela. So they got people
That's it.
thinking that Venezuela, those fishermen are drug runners, which they're not. It's Mexico and Afghanistan is where the opioids and the cocaine is coming from.
And from
And
Beijing.
also basically,
Beijing.
yeah,
Yeah.
they saying that between Guinea and another country, they said that they got
Cuba.
that a lot of cocaine coming through there because they just ran a coup
Colombia.
on the country. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, it's
For
limited.
the listening audience, that's you can't see his face, but that's our brother to Shaka Sankofa. Go ahead, Shaka.
Yeah, but the plug in Beijing is relatively small compared to Mexico because
No.
yeah,
Mine
the
ain't cut you
Mexico
off,
cartel.
buddy. In Beijing, he was supplying the two Mexican groups.
no, I'm talking about cocaine. The
Cocaine.
opioids are coming
Oh,
from Asia and
Yeah,
China, Asia, and Beijing. The opioids
yeah.
right,
and,
right.
and Afghanistan, but the cocaine is primarily coming from Mexico. This
Yeah,
is why Afghanistan and China is
that's why
connected with Big Pharma. This is where all the fentanyl pills and this blood and the fentanyl is destroying and targeting our communities to
that's right.
neutralize the revolutionary spirit in the black communities. They've always done this for decades and decades. They've always, every time we rise up mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and we begin to catch on to the plays that they're running, they will always come with some type of narcotic or some type of agenda, some type of disease or vaccine to
Or war.
neutralize the mindsets and the energies, just like this marijuana. The marijuanas in the dispensaries has the highest level of estrogen. This is why a lot of black males are becoming impotent, sensitive, and feminine. You have a lot of black
Right.
males that now you see guys getting their fingernails polished, different colors, and they're oversensitive. They're crying a lot. They can't conduct a straight up fist fight no more. They fight like girls and stuff like that, and they kill women. That's a high level of estrogen and a detraction of testosterone in the black males. Now, um, and that's in the dispensaries. And those are three major things that are not touched and guarded in the black communities are the liquor stores, the churches, and the dispensaries. Now you didn't hear you hear about all these other stores, Publix, Royal Farms, Target. Everybody's getting robbed, but you don't hear too many dispensaries are getting robbed because they're highly guarded because they need to push this weed. This is why they're trying to legalize this stuff, man. They want to feminize the black males, you know, this generation here. And they starting to say this YN and Gen Z and put all these titles and different attributes on our children and our grandchildren, and it's destroying the moral fiber of the mindset of our people. So
Mm.
Well, the marijuana is considered legal. It started out legal, I think, first in Colorado.
Mm.
That's why they got the dispensaries here. They now in certain states it's legalized.
Wow.
And as you said, when the government legalized things, you know that it's not good.
Well,
Yeah.
when marijuana was pure, when it was 100% cannabis and a high level of
Yeah.
THC, which
Exactly.
which was actually, when back in the day when you smoked a joint of weed, you go watch cartoons and laugh and eat Captain Crunch.
Yep. And
You
eat
know,
Bro.
and just
now,
ate.
now you want, now these dudes want crunch on other men, man. And
Mhm.
the
If it's
reason why
on
they
children.
legalize that, because they'll let you something that's detrimental to you. They'll make the access readily available to you. You know, when we were
Mhm.
coming up, you get caught. It's brothers and sisters, man, that they got locked up in the 70s and 80s. Some of them are just coming up for parole for getting caught with an ounce of real
Mhm.
marijuana.
Mhm.
Now, and they legalize it. You actually can, put a blunt out when you get pulled over by the police and tell them hold on while you blow out the smoke. You know, because they know this is a poison, man, that is destroying the mind, man. Because they've taken the medicinal part out of the marijuana, because THC is a medicine. It's a medicine.
Yeah.
And it was used. Pure marijuana was originally used for cancer patients. You
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
and so um, but we
Now they use it,
commercialized that.
and not to interrupt you, Shaka, but they also use it. They was using it for people that had glaucoma.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. We it's getting to that time. Before we end the show, you guys go ahead and give your last remarks before we end the show.
Um, yeah, is he gone? Oh no, he there.
No, he there. He
Hey,
there. Yeah,
hey,
he there.
hey, young fella, I appreciate the conversation that we had today, and that that you came on to the show. I learned a lot about you now that besides watching your videos and the contents of your videos, and that you're a real in-depth person when it comes to getting information. And the one thing that you did say that I liked about about your contents, you don't get emotional, and you try to get other people not to get emotional, and that's the best part of it, because we get emotionally involved in the things, and before we know it, our whole viewpoint is distorted. So you're absolutely doing a good job, and keep up the good work, bro, young bro.
Thank
For
you, bro.
sure.
I
And I wish you
appreciate
all
it.
the best in your future endeavors, and hope you manifest your law degree. We
Appreciate it,
might
bro.
need you one
Thank
day.
thank you, man. I appreciate it. I shall be here. I shall
Yeah.
be here anytime.
You
Anytime.
I appreciate everything that you've done, man. And actually, you may not even know the greatness that awaits you. I think the law, going to school, getting the law degree and fighting criminal justice is, that's a hell of a ring to be battling in. But I think that's just going to be a springboard to some other bigger things and other bigger endeavors. You will make a hell of a spokesman, speaking for criminal justice. I think you have the ability to create your own innocence project, as well as still battling criminal law, you know. And so just keep on staying on that path, man, because a lot of great things await you. And there are a lot of brothers and sisters that will be going to prison in the next 10 or 15 years. They may solely rely, on your expertise and how you are able to go in those judicial arenas, man, and ensure that our brothers and sisters receive fair and justice in those courtrooms. Because being when you the Lone Ranger and you're the soldier with the sword, and you're battling the judge, the prosecutors, and public pretenders, and and all these other and juries, biased juries, man. It takes a hell of an individual to be able to have that fortitude, man, to continue to stand up against those forces of evil, man. So just continue to remain teachable,
Yeah.
remain teachable, man. Always be receptive, be open, be compassionate in what you do, man, because it appears that you love what you do, so you're not really working, because that's just the gift that you've been given by the Most High. So keep doing what you're doing, man. We are extremely proud of you.
Thank you,
Sure.
bro. Thank you. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yeah, brother, man. You know, I see you next week. Gonna get that line
All
up
right.
and that.
Yeah. Come and tap in with you anyway, man, because we got to do another show, man. Y'all got to come on my platform, man.
Hey,
We got to
man.
chop it up.
For sure, definitely.
You know the car we here.
Done
Celebrating
did.
we here, brother,
Definitely.
man. You know that.
All
Yeah,
right.
man.
All
Tell
right,
them
for sure.
your social medias, all your social medias, man.
Okay, big.
Tell the people
Oh,
your
you said
social media.
oh shoot. You can hit me on TikTok at One Life Star, and the YouTube is One Life Podcast.
All right, man. For
All right.
everyone that's looking, if you haven't subscribed to the Vocal Dialect, subscribe to the Vocal Dialect YouTube show. And also subscribe to the One Life Podcast show. And you can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as well. You check out the brother, the General T. Shaka Kofa. He go live during the weeknights between 7:30 and 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. When the next time you coming on, brother T. Shaka?
Thanksgiving night.
Hey, Chuck, I'm gonna talk about you later. All right, family. Hey, we see y'all next week. Peace and power, peace and love, man. We thank everybody for checking us out, man. Vocal Dialect Podcast. Peace.